Israel's military launched new strikes against Gaza while also announcing it will start withdrawing troops in the coming days. This comes amid growing tension between the United States and Iran in the Red Sea. NBC's Matt Bradley reports from Tel Aviv.
Well, even as we're seeing Israel continuing its war in the Gaza Strip now with nearly 22,000 Palestinians killed, according to the Hamas-run Ministry of Health in the Gaza Strip, most of them civilians. Now we're seeing for the first time a direct hit against Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu himself. Now, this was a long time coming over the last several months. This was the issue that had divided Israel before October 7th. Finally, the Supreme Court came out and rejected a signature piece of legislation by Benjamin Netanyahu that would have basically kneecapped the judiciary in favor of the Prime Minister, Netanyahu himself, and the cabinet. They rejected this legislation by a very narrow margin that would have said that the courts or judges would have the right to exercise a reasonableness clause, essentially saying that legislation or decisions from the cabinet could be rejected by judges if they deemed them to be unreasonable. Now, this sounds like a minor distinction, but this was an issue that had brought hundreds of thousands of Israelis into the streets, particularly in cities like this, in Tel Aviv, just off my right shoulder here, for months on end, and it had threatened to cripple Benjamin Netanyahu's government. Now, with October 7th, with the terrorist attacks by Hamas, Benjamin Netanyahu had gone ahead with pushing for this legislation. It had already passed in the Knesset. Now it looks like they're going to have to go back and redraft at least part of this legislation if they hope to see it passed. Now, as I mentioned, all of this going on as the war in the Gaza Strip is still happening. We're still seeing now an expanded footprint of this war as we're now seeing conflicts between the United States and Iran-backed Houthi rebels in the Red Sea. Just over the past weekend, the Houthis, among others, reported that 10 of their fighters had been killed in naval battles at the hands of the United States, even as the Houthis were attacking a private commercial vessel. Now, the Houthis have said that 3 of their ships were sunk. All of this as the Iranians have deployed a warship into the Red Sea, significantly escalating tensions well beyond the borders here in Israel.
That was NBC's Matt Bradley reporting today.